What's up, Obama?
Yo, I learned the law of cosine thing now.
Oh, nice, dude. How was your quiz today, man?
Okay, I mean, everything was easy, I'm not gonna lie, except one part, and it was, what they call it?
What part was bad?
Big kick. Bro, I looked at it, and I'm like, there's no way, I swear I could do this like a day ago, and I just got lost. It was the only question.
Do you remember what it was? Sorry, do you remember exactly what it was?
No, I forgot.
Why is Fortnite updating right now?
Bro, I swear, ambiguous cases aren't that hard either. I don't
Wait,
know.
we did the ambiguous case, bro. What are you talking about? We did it, did we not?
I know. That's what I mean. I did it. I'm like, what?
So if you get an angle right, that's less than 180. Sorry, less than 90. And if it looks like it should be more than 90, you just do 180 minus it. That's all you do.
Yeah, that's what I did, but I don't know. I just felt it's not nuts. I mean, I know I got everything right except that. Everything else is right.
Okay, that's all right. We all get, I don't know, stage fright sometimes or something, I guess, or performance anxiety, whatever they call it these days. I don't know.
I mean, I barely get that when I know what I'm doing, but this time I just.
Yeah. What's up? What's up, Equity? Good to see you, dude. Yeah. What is today? Today's Tuesday. Tuesday. I gotta find an AMA guest for you guys for Friday. Oh man, yeah, because I skipped last time because it was my birthday, and then the time before that I was in Houston. We haven't had an AMA in almost 2 weeks.
Well, how much friends do you have?
I have a lot of friends. It's kind of nice, actually. Yeah, it's nice on. I noticed kind of on Facebook. And a lot of people wishing me like happy birthday. I was like, oh, that's nice. I forget how many friends I have sometimes.
People still use Facebook?
I don't really, honestly. I don't. Just like occasionally to post like life updates, I guess, or keep in touch with old high school friends and stuff. But
was Facebook peak like in 2000?
Facebook was peak, dude. When I was in high school and college, man, hell yeah, it was super peak. So peak. Equity says, what is TwitchCon? Oh, TwitchCon is cool. When is Twitch? I should go to TwitchCon at some point. TwitchCon is... Ooh, this is the week after Electric Forest. Kind of rough. Where is it? Oh, this is in Europe, bro. I'm not going to fucking Europe. Okay, let's figure out when the next one is. Oh, Rotterdam and San Diego. Oh, San Diego I'd maybe go to, because that's close. Oh, here we go. So maybe this is the one I would go to. Yeah, I'm not going to go all the way to fucking the Netherlands right now. But, okay, I should do this. Yeah, so TwitchCon is an event where a bunch of streamers, like, go. It's a convention. There's kind of like a party going on. You get to talk to other streamers. They have panels. So I should actually talk to... Yeah, because you can suggest panels is what it is. Here it is, community sessions. Yeah, these are what they... because I remember seeing this on last year. There was a group of streamers that did something for like science education. They had a whole... they had like a panel, which is where a bunch of people like me, streamers, are up there on a podium, and people in the crowd just ask questions. It says tickets are available. Yes, for Europe, but y'all are not going to Europe for Twitch. It's okay. That's expensive. Don't worry about that. But yeah, the panels are cool. I feel like there was one last year. Let me think. I think it was on Science. It was Science TwitchCon panel. Maybe I can find it. Here we go. This is cool. Yeah, the scientific method panel. So we rate these guys a lot, right? Science, they're cool people. But this was them at TwitchCon last year in Vegas. So there's paleontologizing, you know that guy, right? And then I think his name is Bale and his wife. And then there's Moohoodles, right? Moohoodles is the other NASA person, or like the space person. But yeah, this is what they do. They have a panel like this. They're just up there, and then people in the audience ask questions, and they talk about stuff. So maybe by this summer, we'll have 1,000 followers and stuff, and I think that would maybe be enough quote-unquote clout that they would probably accept me saying I'd like to be on this panel. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, see, here's Moohoodles. Moohoodles. She's funny. Yeah, we got like, I mean, I got more YouTube subs than she does, but she's much bigger on Twitch than I am. I think she's got something close to 9,000 or something. Let me see. We'll get there. Yeah, Moohoodles. Where's she at? Yeah, look, she's at 12.2K. I am not at 12.2K yet. We need to get to a single K first, and then we can maybe you know, I'll actually reach out to these people. I'll send them a DM or something and ask what they're doing for TwitchCon in September, and maybe I'll reach out over the summer. And yeah, if you guys want to come, you could come say hi. It's a cool time. See, what's Don doing on his stream? Looks like he's doing math questions from Reddit. That's fun. Nice. I wish I could. Yeah, I should have stopped in earlier. I was busy. When did your streaming journey start? I want to say April of 2021. It's like right when me and my girlfriend like broke up. I was like, all right, I'm gonna go do something productive with all this free time I have now. So yeah, I started streaming a lot then. I was kind of doing it a little bit here and there, but then I like really like leaned into it. That first summer of 2021. But yeah, cool. Looks like Don's doing like cool little math questions. But yeah, no, I started probably so to this date, probably 3 years ago. Yeah, 3 years ago is when I started streaming on Twitch. It's also when I really started seriously pushing the Discord too. I think the server's been around since February of 2021, but I really started like pulling people in around like April, and then once we did summer camp in like May, June, that's when I had like the first 300 people join or something. Yeah, it's about when the server started too. Yeah, cool times. Always awesome. Okay. Let's see. Okay, cool. I got till 6, so I got around 2 hours to help out questions. How many viewers do I get? Oh, when I started, like 1 or 2. Yeah, not very many. Here, if you want to see, we can look at my Twitch stats. It's actually kind of fun. If we go to analytics, here, I'll show you guys how this works. It's because here we can go way back to the start date of when I first started streaming. So that was in 2021 of probably around April. And let's just update. Let's just look. So this is like kind of the growth of the whole Twitch channel over the last 3 years, if you want to see. So here you go. This is average number of viewers. So you can see early on, I was probably getting like, yeah, look, 2 average, like 3, 4, 1, 2. And then we had a big jump here during when this was like one of the fall tournaments we did. And then, I don't know, the beginning of the year is always kind of slow. More jump, more growth. And then recently, we've been doing pretty well. Like, look, we're doing like almost 19, 20 average viewers. This is cool. My eventual goal is to get this up to 75, because once we hit 75, that's when I can start applying for a partner. So instead of just being affiliate, you become a Twitch partner, and that opens up a lot of more like revenue options and, you know, ways to get money into the Discord so that we can help you. Was Nick the first viewer? No. Nick joined probably around the summer. Yeah. The first viewers are like Soar. If you ever see Soar on the Discord, he's one of the first people to join our Discord. That's why he has like the OG route. Cool. I've made $666 in 3 years. Yeah, that's not very much, but you know, it's more than something. Oh, actually, huge thank you. Where is it? I'll show you guys on Facebook. So because we're an official nonprofit, I was able to do this like on my birthday. I was able to say I created a fundraiser, right, for Actual Education because we're legitimately a nonprofit. You on Facebook, you know, people. Maybe you guys don't use Facebook, but for those that do, you can start fundraisers for nonprofits. And I did one. I said, oh, here's my birthday. Like every time you have like a birthday on Facebook, you can set a fundraiser. And I set mine for our own nonprofit. And I don't know, I just put whatever the default amount was. But look, we raised $353, which is like really cool. So I really appreciate that. Yeah, I had some people. I had five people donated, and we got $353, which is great. That will go towards buying y'all prizes for the tournament. I was kind of like, oh fuck, how am I gonna afford these prizes for these kids in like 4 weeks? But you know, it's really nice. I'll have to make a post about that. I appreciate that. When people say, do you have a lot of friends? I'm like, maybe, but I have a lot of really good friends. A lot of like people who are really supportive. So I'm fortunate for that. So, anyways, yeah. All right, cool. Let's kick off the stream. Welcome everyone, Office Hours. My name is Dr. Cole. This is Actual Education. The stream helps you with math homework, science homework, all sorts of fun stuff. Cool. It's Tuesday. Tuesday's a great day. We love Tuesday. And let me see. We got some questions starting off the day. Ooh, not you. Oh, I wonder if Not Your Friend is awake. What time is it in Sri Lanka for you? Not Your Friend. What time is it in Sri Lanka for you? Are you here? Not Your Friend. Let's see if he is. No, he's not in the chat. Okay, that's all right. Yeah, I didn't think he was gonna be here yet. Gold, if you can't afford the prizes, you should delay the prizes. No, it's okay, dude. I said when I said I'd give him when I give him, so I'll find a way. That's how life works. Like if I put the pressure on myself, the universe kind of makes it happen. I'm a big supporter of like when you say something, doing something, and not like kind of going back on your word. Yeah, so it's all right. I said it was gonna happen. It's gonna happen. The universe will provide the rest of it. Let you go first, Equity? Yeah, cool. Yeah, let's do it. You're first. Yeah, cool. Let's do it, man. Exponentials. These are fun. Oh, wow. This is fun. We're going to do more differentials and stuff here. This is cool. Okay. Cool. So, yeah, this is an exponential function. Exponential functions are just functions that really look like they're curved, basically. Anytime you got like some sort of curve like this is going to be what's called like an exponential, as opposed to what a linear function is, which is just a straight line. And then we can get even crazier with like what are called quadratics. Quadratics like curve both ways. Like they'll do this or they'll do this. Exponentials tend to only curve one way. So they either just do this or they just do this. Okay, cool. So it wants us to get like some coordinates. These are useful. Because if you have these, then you can figure out different things. So let's maybe like get some points, right? What's up, Scientific? Good to see you. First time? I don't know. Have I heard from you before, Scientific? It's a cool username. Scientific. Doing a little math science right here. This is I mean, a lot of things follow exponentials, honestly. Oh, you changed your name. Oh, what was your name beforehand? Just so I know. It's hard for me to remember everyone's names. Time ago, I sent an exercise. Oh, okay, cool. Well, if you want to send another exercise, we're always doing questions, Nice. Okay. Yeah, you can. Yeah. You can always send exercises. You know where to do that, right? It's in our Discord. So if you go here to our Discord are you in our Discord, Scientific? If you go here to there's this thing called help screenshots. You can just like dump screenshots of your questions and we'll go through them. If you want to type them out, you can. But otherwise, don't worry about it. It's either works. Yes, thank you, Equity. One sec. Let me just make you a mod on my Twitch, Equity. I should do that by now. One sec. Where do I do that? I think it's like Stream Manager or something. Stream Manager. Just give you a little bit more powers. I think it's like roles. Community Roles Manager. There we go. Add new. Bob. How do I pronounce your name? Bob Ross's 1, 2, 3. Bob Ross's 1, 2, 3, 6. There you go. Cool. Yeah. Now you're a mod. Yeah, cool. I'll probably make you a mod in the server, honestly, sometime soon. Once I need more mods, which will happen pretty soon here. I actually it's cool. I have a conversation with the guys at Gohar's Guide. Do any of you guys know these people? Gohar's Guide? Gohar's Guide? One sec. I'll show this guy. Gohar's Guide. This guy. He's got 3.6 million followers. He's big. This guy. I don't know. I think some of his content's kind of cringe, honestly, but whatever. He's trying to help kids, so I can't ever knock that. But he's like trying to help kids get into, I think, more like Ivy League schools. So this is for like really like ambitious kids, which totally cool. Be an ambitious kid. It's just I know my niche. I don't go after the super ambitious ones. I'm going after the ones that don't want to go to college. I'm like, well, let's at least get you to go to college. You know him? Okay, cool. I have a meeting with him on. Give me a second, Ethan. I have a meeting with him on tomorrow afternoon. Not with Gohar, but I think with one of his staff members, to help facilitate some AP Physics review courses on his server. His server's big, so that will probably lead to a couple people coming over into our server. And when that happens, you know, we have more people, which means I need more mods. So I will probably promote some mods once that starts happening. Yeah, he's a cool guy. All right, Ethan, what's up? What'd you want to say? What's up, dog?
Have you seen who were you talking about? Gohar Khan?
Do you know Gohar Khan? Do you know that guy? Is he big? I don't know.
I actually do. Yeah, he is kind of pretty popular. It's like,
is he?
He teaches you what to do. Like he tells you about his sleep
yeah,
schedule.
Yeah, studying and everything. It's cool. Yeah, it's cool, man. It's cool that he does this. Gohar is hecka popular. Okay, well, cool. So I'm in his server because I like to see what other people do, and he has a very big server, very active.
Oh, yeah, I'm also in the server.
Cool. So he put out a big post saying they want to host some review sessions for every single AP exam, but we need volunteers. And so they had like a sign up form. So I sent a form in. Basically said, like, you know, I teach a lot of AP Physics. I have a PhD in physics. Like, what do you guys want? And so I have an interview with them tomorrow afternoon. We'll see what we can do to collab. So that'll probably be cool. You know, I'm always just trying to like give out free help, and it helps to get more notoriety to the server and stuff. Sheesh. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. It'll be fun. His server is definitely more on the, I would say, like, cleaner side, I guess. Like, they don't really, they're more like, they're pretty heavily focused on education. They don't let any, like, shit posting happen. They're pretty, like, you know, I guess there are a lot more rules. I want things to be, you know, still kind of cool for you guys, so I don't, like, enforce that many rules. Just, you know, don't be, like, overtly racist in my Discord, please. What's up, Ethan? What's up?
So yeah, that message I sent you, do you want me to tell you what that T-Kinter thing is all about?
What thing? The T. Well, here, let me go through Equity's question real quick, and then we can talk about that. Is that cool?
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. All right. Let me do that. All right. Here, Equity. Oh, cool. Scientific. Yeah, I see the image. I see it. It's this image. One second. Let me take the Discord thing off. Sorry. It's this image right here. The text isn't in English. If you want to copy paste the text in whatever language it is, I can translate it. Or you could explain to me what they're trying to figure out. Yeah. Yeah, I can help you with that. That's okay. All right. But Equity, let's do this. Let's do this question. Let's knock it out. So we can do some other questions. So you have an exponential equation. It's of some form, right? A, B to the X plus C. And we're trying to figure out these different coefficients. Like, we're trying to figure out what A is, we're trying to figure out what B is, we're trying to figure out what C is. What would I do in order to, like, try to figure these out? They kind of guide you here because they say, at the beginning, they say, like, oh, here's a table, right, of X and Y points, and then they want you to find first differences and ratios of differences. This is kind of cool. How do you think we would do this? Set X equal to 0 and then the limit as X approaches infinity. Yeah, I do like that one. That's a good one. It's a good one, Jeff. Jeff's got the right ideas. Equity is going to say choose random points. Yeah, because that's what your teacher is basically implying here to do. I'll show you why Jeff's method is technically more correct, but okay, cool. So what random points would we choose? Usually you want to, like, try to choose points that intersect in nice places. Like, for instance, this would not be a good one. Because, I don't know, it's like somewhere in between here. That doesn't really help me, right? What's a good point I see that, like, intersects nicely somewhere? Two and two. Yeah, I agree with that. I like that one. Cool. We need to get to the electric flow on each side of the cone. Ooh, wow. That's an E&M question. Okay, cool. All right. I'll look for it, dude. 2, 2, 0, 5. I like that. Maybe this one, too. This one looks kind of cool. What's this? -1, 9, right? Let's get another good one. And what do we got? Maybe this one, -1, 17, or -2, 17. I think. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, we can write that down, right? We can say we have 2, 2, 0. Oh, we forgot this one. Like 1, 3 looks nice too. Let's do that. Let's say 1, 3, right? 0, 5, and then -1, -9. Okay. First differences is what? What's that measuring? When we ask for like what the first differences are. Three minus 2, yeah, good, yeah. They just want the difference between these numbers, right? So like, I'll kind of do this. I'll say, all right, cool. The difference between this is 1, right? Difference between this is 2. Sorry, this isn't -9. This is +9. And then the difference between this is 4, right? And then they want the ratio of the first differences. So that's cool. So that's basically saying like, what's the multiplier as we're going from here to here? That's what ratio means. Ratio means like, we would say like the second point. The second y, let's just say this. It's like y of n plus 1 over y of n. That's what this is the math way of writing. Like take the y point ahead and divide it by the y point before it. So yeah, well, so the ratio of the first differences between here and here, this is 2 divided by 1, okay? So when we look at this, right, this is 2 over 1, which is just equal to 2. What would then be the ratio of first differences from here? Let's remember, this one was right 2 to 1, which is equal to 2. What's up, Noise? Cheerio. It's Tuesday, mate. Hiss, hiss. Lovely day for a pint, innit? One sec. Tuesday. Yes. Oh, oi, bruv. Hiss, hiss, innit? It's Tuesday, mate. Smashing day for a pint. That one cracks me up, dude. I forget where I got that. Okay. Well, what's the ratio of first differences here? What about the 4 and the 2? What's up? Two. Correct. Good. Yep. So then you got these two, right? So this is 4 over 2, which is just equal to 2. And that's how you can tell something is an exponential function, is this ratio of the differences should stay the same. You can kind of see that here, right? Our next point, I think, was -2, 17, right? That difference is 8. And look at that. 8 to 4 is also 2. That proves us that's good. Okay. So whatever this ratio of first differences is, that's going to be your B value. Because that's how much it's getting like multiplied by each time, right? So that's going to end up being 2. Okay. The other way to do this, if you wanted to, well, it's actually kind of weird with the C. Isn't it weird with the C, Jeff? I was going to try to like say like just divide this divided by like another one. But the C kind of screws things up. Don't like that. I feel like it does, right? Yeah. Okay. Right. So then they say the value of C. Okay, so that's actually an interesting one. At x equals 0, yeah, correct. I agree with that. I agree with that totally. Yeah. So yeah, Jeff brings up a good point. So if you have this equation, right, a b to the x plus c, and we don't really well, no, at x equals 0, we get a plus c, which is kind of annoying, right? Yeah. Oh, you know what? We actually screwed up here. Sorry. The ratios of these differences. Do you see how I put the numbers going down? Yeah, watch this. So this is actually, we kind of messed up here. We messed up here. These x values should be going up. C will be 1, and I'll show you why, but okay. We did something wrong here. Sorry, because, yeah. Let me explain to you what it is. Okay. So when you put in your x and y values here in the table, the x values need to be going up. Here we have them going down. See how we have 2, 1, 0, -1? And that's a common mistake, right? Because I'm just like marking points and I'm going this way. But really what it needs to be is -1, 0, 1, 2. That's what it needs to be. And in this case, right, this was 9, 9, 5, 3, 2. So actually, the first difference here is -4, and here it's -1. Well, sorry, let me move these around, right? So then here it's -2, and then here it's -1. And then the ratio of the differences is still 2, though. Yeah. But there's kind of an interesting thing here. It's going to have to be b to the minus x. I'll show you why it is. No, actually, no. Sorry, my bad. It's 1/2, right? Ratio of the differences is this one over this one. Okay, that's 1/2, and then this is 1/2. Oh, we did this one wrong from the start. Why does the order matter? Okay, because look, all right. If I say the ratio of my differences is 2, right, and let's forget the c here. Let's just say it's like y is equal to ab to the x, okay? And let's say it's 2 to the x. That means as x goes up, right? Let's say we have like, this is a times 2 to the first, and then it's a times 2 to the second, a times 2 to the third. As x goes up, y would also need to go up, which it obviously does not, right? As we go higher and higher in x, the y value actually goes down. Okay? This is why the order matters. Right. Does that make sense, Equity? Why the order matters? Yeah, right, okay. Because here, the ratio of differences is 1/2, okay? And this will make sense, because look at this. A times 1/2, right, to the first. A times 1/2 to the second. A times 1/2 to the third. This becomes like 1/2 A, 1/4 A, 1/8 A. What's up, Mystic? This is getting smaller, which is what needs to happen, right? Because as x goes up, this thing needs to go down. Yeah. That's tricky. Watch out for that. Yeah, you need to check that. Make sure your x value is going up. Okay. Because yeah, it's going to change the ratio of the difference. And I was looking at this. I was like, wait a minute, this has to be going down. So, and then the ratio of the differences is always the next one. It's the next one divided by the one before it. So in this case, it was -2 over -4, which is equal to 1/2. And then it was -1 over -2, which is equal to 1/2. Is the mathing, everyone? Yes. I'm getting mathed today, for sure. Okay. So once we understand that b is 1/2, all right? So now I have y is equal to a times 1/2 to the x plus c. Yeah. Now, most exponential functions, if they don't have this plus c, right, will always tend to go to what's called a horizontal asymptote at y is equal to 0. And either that's going to happen as they go this way, it'll go to 0, or if it's exponential in the other direction like this, then as we go this way, it should go to 0. Okay? That's the horizontal asymptote. And this function doesn't go to 0, right? It goes up by 1. There's a height difference of 1. So that's going to tell me right away that the c value here has to be equal to 1. If you want to explain this using limits, we can show you, all right? So here's our function, right? Limit just means like what happens to the function as another variable approaches a different number. So let's say, for instance, the limit as x approaches infinity of, we're going to say a 1/2 to the x plus c, okay? I don't do y is equal abx plus c in my math class. It's not in the specification for some bizarre reason because we don't do limits and well, here, then I'll teach you. You understand this noise. This isn't too bad for you. So I see that, right? So as x goes to infinity, right, as we go really, really far out, this should be getting very, very close to y is equal to 1. Like this whole function should go to 1. And let's see how that would happen, right? So if I just plug in x is equal to infinity, right, that's going to be a times 1/2 to the infinity plus c is equal to 1. You can distribute exponents to both the top and the bottom. Okay, so we can put this over here. We can put this over here. And so I get a times, we're going to say 1 to the infinity over 2 to the infinity plus c should be equal to 1. Okay? 1 to the infinity is just 1. Like 1 times 1 times 1, like whatever, an infinite amount of times, that just becomes 1. So that's just 1. Okay. And then 2 to the infinity. Do we know what like 2 to the infinity is? What does that like get close to? 2 to the infinity. You don't know? Okay. Well, let's think about it, right? So I think the problem is that like infinity is not a real number. Right? It's like a concept. But let's look for instance at like 2 to the first. See how that's just 2 times itself, which is just 2. 2 to the second, right? 2 times 2, which is equal to 4. Let's go like 2 to the fifth, right? That's 2 times 2 times 2 times 2 times 2. That's equal to 32. Yeah, good job, Mystic. Yeah, that's how you earn points in our server. Bond coins. They work out pretty well. Okay. So 2 to the infinity is like 2 times 2 times 2 times 2 times itself like an infinite number of times. Okay? What do you think is going to happen to that number, right? What's going to happen to the number as we just keep multiplying it by 2 like a bunch of times? It's going to get very big or very small? It's going to get very big, yeah. So what we say is this basically becomes infinity, okay? I know this looks weird. You're like, wait, how is 2 to the infinity the same thing as infinity? It's just a thing in math where, you know, if infinity is a concept, it's not an actual number. Yo, what's up, Zach? Yo, Zach, I had a student the other stream that had like a puzzling question, which was, Jeff, what was it similar to? Sorry? The collective conjecture or something? I raise you infinity, yeah. Yeah, shout out to Ether Pi I. If you ever want to like know like higher level math stuff, he's your guy. Yeah, the Collat conjecture here. Yeah, I'll I think I saved it. It was this. He was trying to prove that if you have a number in a sequence, the next number in the sequence, if it's even, divides by 2. Is that the 3x plus 1 crack? Yeah, apparently noise. Yeah, that's the 3x plus 1 crack. And then if it's odd, you like add this value h, and then you show that h has to be odd in order for this to always eventually go to 1. Yeah, exactly. I gave him your Discord, Zach, and your stream because me, Don, and Jeff were trying to get it, and I mean we could see that it had to be n had to be odd, but we couldn't really prove it. Oh, you started working on that one. Okay, cool. Yeah, I gave him, he seemed very interested in doing it. I think it was for one of his Math Olympiad classes. But, yeah. Me, Don, and Jeff couldn't really prove it. We could show that it was true, but I told him that you're the math proof god. So if you get a question from him, that's where it's coming from. Yeah. Zach loves a good challenge. Anyways, yeah, so what we say here, right, is that like 2 to the infinity is basically just infinity, because infinity is a concept, which just means it's just really, really big. That's what we say. So, you should see how much I suck a proof in class, dude. I suck at proofs. Especially like if we do proof by induction or something, dude, it's pretty, like once I see it happen, it's beautiful, and I'm like, man, that's really cool. But in order for me to come up with the proof, I don't know. I'm not that good at it. Unless it's geometry. Like, geometry I've gotten better at writing proofs. Induction, yeah, it's a mindfuck, for sure, man. But okay, anyways here, equity. So, let's remember, right, this was 1 to the infinity, which was 1, and then this is 2 to the infinity, which is just now going to be infinity. Do you know what happens when we take 1 and we divide it by infinity? This is another good concept to know in math. Like, what is 1 divided by infinity? Like, what do you think it goes towards, you know? Zero. Exactly, yes. 1 divided by the biggest number in the world, or the universe, or everything, is just 0. So this whole thing goes to 0. That's an important thing to know in limits, you know. Tends to diddly squat. Yeah, exactly, right. So this whole thing goes away, right? Because this is a times 0. The only time this doesn't work is if a is also going to infinity. Then infinity times 0, this is like undefined. But we're going to assume a is a real number and just like not infinity. Okay, so this all goes away. And that's how you get that c is equal to 1. Okay? So yeah, that's the offset is what it is. Because basically we say, like, look, as x gets really, really big towards infinity, the y value of it should just go to 1. This whole term is going to go to 0 because of what we just proved. So that means the c thing here has to be 1. Okay? Okay, excellent. So we got c is equal to 1. And then, okay, they tell you the next step, which is how to find a, right? They say find a by substituting a point into the equation. Yeah. So once you have only one coefficient left, so in this case, we solved for b, we solved for c, all we have left is a, you can just use a point on your graph in order to solve for the last one. So here we have, right, y is equal to a 1/2 to the x plus 1. And what are you going to do next, Equity? We want to figure out how we figure out this a. How do we figure out this a? What's the tricks-a-roosies? They kind of tell you what to do, basically, but 705, yeah, cool, right. 0.5 is a point, that's totally cool. So this is always the x coordinate, right? This is the y coordinate, so that means this is going to become 0. This is going to become 5, right? And now we're going to solve, okay? So, right, we're going to solve for what a is. First thing to do is always find out what's like furthest away from what we're trying to solve. In this case, it's the +1, so we'll -1. So that's 4 is equal to a times 1/2 to the 0. And then you should know this. Do you know what anything to the 0 power is? It's another good thing in math to know. Like raising something to the 0 power. It's always 1. Good. So this goes away. This is just 1. And that tells you right away a is equal to 4. So at this point, yeah, you can just write the equation, which is just y is equal to 4 times 1/2 to the x plus 1, and you're done. Nice. You're welcome, Equity. Nice, dude. Okie dokes. Let's see. Mystic has a question. Also, we had a new student who hasn't asked a question in a while. Maybe I'll do theirs first because I haven't really worked with them in a bit. What's up? What's up, dude?
Told me you were going to talk about after equity question.
What do you want to talk about, dude?
Like the T-Kinter thing.
The teacup thing? Sorry, the what?
T-Kinter.
Oh, yeah, what's T-Kinter? Yeah, you were telling me, like, do you know what T-Kinter is? What is T-Kinter?
Like, from what I understand, it's like, T-Kinter is like a language of Python. So it's like, sure, it's a different programming language, but it takes a Python language as well.
Oh, you got third in guess. Wait, one sec. Equity, did I not give you the right points for Guespionage? One sec. Let me make sure I didn't do that. You got third. Wait. No, you got. Oh, it was a tie. Ah, okay, Equity. You're right. Okay. You're right. No, Equity's right. I didn't notice it was a tie. My bad. I just saw fourth. There you go. I think that's third place, right? Third place is 500. Right, because it was 500, 1,000. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, thanks. Yeah, you're good. I just saw the top three. I didn't even notice it was a tie. That's actually cool. Tkinter is a graphics framework based on TK used with PyCon. TCL TK was the original language. Oh, okay. I didn't know that. What's up? Tkinter. Is that what y'all are learning in your class? Oh, here, it's an interface.
Yeah, but I'm kind of struggling in it.
Okay. Well, you can always post like a question about it, your assignment. I'm happy to like try and go through it, later in the stream.
Yeah, Dr. Go, yeah, I have an assignment. I have to say it though. The teacher didn't really write it down.
It's okay. Yeah, just is it something you can send a screenshot of, or is it like a lot of stuff?
Well, well, neither of them. Just a little stuff then. Just a little stuff.
I mean, it's okay. Okay. Let's.
Let me
When I had used Tkinter, it was so laggy on the school PC. How long was that ago, Scientific? What's up? How long was that?
Can I tell you what we have to do?
Let me do some of the other kids' questions first, and then yes, I'll go through that because that'll take me longer to go through a full blown like coding thing.
Okay then.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I'll do it. Wait. Cuber says, wait, my science teacher said that back in 2003, 2004, there was COVID. 1 second. I lost that message. My prompter's going too quick. And they warned it could happen again. Do you know if it's true? I don't think we had COVID. I think we maybe had the avian flu. So I was like, when was avian flu? No, that was 96. Was it swine flu? No, it wasn't swine flu because swine flu was like 08. I don't know. I remember the avian flu being a thing, and then I remember the mosquito one. What was it called? Mosquito flu. West Nile. That's it. It was West Nile. Yeah, there was a outbreak. I thought West Nile was, or maybe it was just a Texas thing. Dengue fever? I don't know. Yeah, around 2003, 2004. I mean, we were too busy, I guess, invading Afghanistan and stuff, like to probably recognize that there was something happening. Yeah, what was? Okay, maybe there was one in 2002. Okay. Yeah, no, West Nile was like 99. I remember this. There was West Nile. There was bird flu, which was H1N1, or maybe that was swine flu. But yeah, there are always like random outbreaks and things that happened. I mean, COVID was a massive one because it affected like the whole world. But it's just the nature of diseases. It's actually probably a cool thing. I should get someone like that. What are those guys called again? People that do like pandemics. Oh, SARS. Oh, thank you, Equity. Yes, I do remember SARS. Oh, and SARS was a coronavirus. Ah, yes. Okay, but SARS was mainly in Asia. Yes, I remember that. I remember SARS was big in China. Okay. Yes, I do remember SARS. Yeah. I don't think it really came to the US. I think we were okay. Or maybe it was a little bit. I mean, that seems to show that it was. 1 sec. Oh, I guess the US did get SARS. I don't remember it being that bad. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, I mean, number of cases. Yeah, look, this was like 60. This is not that bad. It was another. Yeah, another. It's. So when she says it's another type of COVID, it's another type of coronavirus, which is a special type of virus. Here you go. Coronaviruses are, they're RNA viruses. So in your cells, you have DNA and RNA, and I'd have to remember what the difference is, what codes for what, but I guess this one affects your RNA a lot. And this is why this is cool that the vaccine, at least not the Johnson & Johnson one, which we call it jokes and jokes, but any of the new ones, such as the Pfizer one and the, whatever the other person was called, those are called mRNA vaccines. They're like, I think, like type 3 vaccines. They're very cool, actually. There's a lot of cool science into this. But yeah, they look like this, and they basically go in and like wreck shit. So it's not good. If you want to read more about it, about how like a coronavirus works, it's pretty cool. It's like this video game that's happening down at the blood level of us. Viruses are RNA. I don't think all viruses are RNA. I mean, so viruses is a whole thing. Virus is a. I don't think viruses are sentient, right? We don't. They're not considered like in the genus species thing. I think. Yeah. Right. So RNA. Forget what the difference is here. Yeah, RNA is single-stranded, cool, but like what's like the functional difference? Yeah, they're not one of the 7 kingdoms of life, right? Yeah. You've dropped some questions? Okay, cool. Thanks, Noise. Yeah, we'll get into this. Yeah, this is a cool thing. I should get a virus person, or what's it called, like pandemic specialist. What are these people called? Pandemic specialist job. What's this person called? Epidemiologist. Thank you. Epidemics. That's what I meant to say. Yes. I was like pandemic, epidemic. Yeah. Yes. Yes. Epidemiologist. Yes. Yeah. These are cool. It's a cool type of science. Yeah. One of the many things you can do in science. You can study like crazy diseases like that. Okay. Let's see. Mystic had a good question. Is okay, Scientific still here. Scientific, is this an E&M question? Sorry, let me see if I can do yours real quick. What are they're asking to find the electric field on the surface of this thing? Is that what they're trying to do? So, K hat, right? So, I hat corresponds to X hat. J hat, the electric flow, probably the current, I would assume. Yeah, what do you mean the electric flow? You mean flux? Is flow flux? Is that the translate? What country are you in? What's the translation game I'm playing here? You don't have to say it in English. Okay. Okay. Well, here's a good question. Is it this? Is this what you guys call electric flow? Yeah, Gauss's law. Is it this? Yeah. Cool, man. All right. Okay. So if electric field is in the K hat direction, right? K hat corresponds to Z hat, which means you have an electric field that's going up this way, right? And electric flux is equal to, I forget the sign convention. Is it negative versus positive? No, it's okay. So out is positive. Yeah. Okay. So it's flux out minus flux in, I believe, is equal to what you guys call electric flow. Integral of electric field strength is flux over a surface area. It is. So the surface integral of E dot dA, yes, that's equal to what we call like electric flux, as opposed to magnetic flux, right, which is integral of B dot dA. That's equal to magnetic flux. And then there's a whole thing here where like the change in this with respect to time is equal to, I think it's like mu naught I or something. It's equal to like a current. Or no, it's equal to EMF, sorry. That's what it is, equal to EMF. Okay, no, that's totally cool, man. You're asked to get the flux on the top surface, the bottom one, and the cone mantle. Yeah, so like, so this versus this. Yeah, the weird one's going to be the mantle. I agree, that's going to be a weird one. So, so flux out, right? We have flux out from here, right? So that's going to just be equal to E naught times pi R2 squared. Yeah, this one's easy, right? And then you have the flux in here. That's going to be equal to E naught pi times R1 squared. Okay, cool. And now this is almost like a vector calculus question, right? Because I'm having to calculate E dot dA across like a weird like shape. Yeah, oh sorry, that's why I say minus flux in. You're right, if I'm adding all the fluxes, you're correct that this is negative. I assume the negative was in there. Yeah, you're good. Okay. Let's maybe look at this from like a geometry point of view, okay? I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to do it for like a single slice of somewhere, and then I'm going to integrate it over 2 pi r, and then I'm going to integrate that from the bottom to the top, if that kind of makes sense. So, because it's E dot dA is what it is, okay? And dA always points perpendicular to the surface, right? So here, right, DA is pointing this way, and E is pointing this way. So so this is really, right, EA cosine theta, right? And the angle between the two is 0, so that just goes away and it becomes 1, all right? Here, DA points this way, but E points this way, and that's why it's negative. Because the angle between DA and E is 180 degrees. Okay. When we're looking here, however, okay, this becomes real fun. Because DA is pointing this way, right? So this is DA. And this right here is E. Okay. What's up, Teacup? So what I'm trying to think is if I can get this and then multiply it by like 2 pi r. Does that make sense? So I'm going to do like E. So yeah, here's the weird thing with, so dA is like the infinitesimal surface area element. So dA is going to be 2 pi r, right? That's this. That's like that's the linear thing there. And then it's integral of whatever this is. I think we can see 2 pi r dr. I think that's what we can say is equal to dA. Am I okay saying that? I think I am. I think I can say 2 pi r dr. I was trying to get the cone mantle using an integral. Yeah, that's what I'm doing. So I'm doing, for instance, I'm doing this, right? I'm doing I think what you guys call like do you guys call this a shell method? It's like either the shell or the I forget what the other one's called. Tubes or something. Yeah. But basically, I know that this thing has a length of 2 pi r, and then it's going to have a width or like a height of dr. And so if I integrate this, right? Or actually, sorry, this is 2 pi r, not dr, sorry, dz. Dz is what this is. Sorry, dz. 2 pi r dz is what this surface area element is going to be, okay? And then we need to integrate, yeah, but when I got to the teacher, he said that it's going to be so hard to prove to get through an integral, and the trick of the exercise is to use Gauss's law to get that. Here, I don't know why, that the total flux is 0. Oh. Is it though, bro? Because I feel like dA points at an angle. I mean, you could argue, right? Again, if this was a solid cylinder such as this, then yes, dA always points horizontally, which is always perpendicular to V. Sorry, perpendicular to Z. So in that case, it's 0. But when I see this, man, dude, like this points at an angle, and it's always negative, right? It's always pointing down. I agree that there's going to be no contribution in the XY plane because that will all cancel out eventually. But I think in terms of in terms of the z-axis, I mean it's got a slope, right? It's got a slope. No. No, I don't think you can say that. Because here, this is kind of what I have, right? I got this. Basically got this. Where this is like, right, this is R1. This is R2. Sorry. And this is going to be dA. Which is going to have, right? It's going to have components in this direction and this direction. And the E field, right, is pointing in this direction. So there's always going to be some of this which points opposite to this. And I don't think it's ever going to become it's never going to switch. So there's one chance, and it is that the field is generated by an infinite line. I mean, I agree the E field is uniform, so you have E field here. You have E field like all along here. I agree with that. There's E field all along here. But in my mind, DA always has a negative component to E. No matter where you are. Because even when like you go around, you know, the circle, around the cone, right? You're going to have a bunch of DAs like this, right? You're still always pointing down. But okay, you know, let's see. You know, sometimes I'm wrong. That's just my intuition. That's just what I see. I haven't done this question, honestly, before. Which is totally okay. I love new questions I haven't seen before. I love learning. I learn something every day, you know. What is it? Electric flux through mantle cone. Rest on the XY plane. Like, why can we say that the total flux is 0? Yeah. Oh. Sorry. What am I saying here? Sorry. I'm fucking up. Sorry. Sorry, what's the question? What was the question again? Sorry. Is it the total electric flux through the whole thing? Is that the question? They want it just through the top and just through the bottom. That's it? Right? Or they want it through the whole thing. Because technically, the total electric flux through the whole thing... Okay, the flux through all of the surfaces has to add up to 0. Okay? Anytime you have a closed object, like let's say, for instance, you have this. Oh, why? Okay, because all the flux... because, okay, it does come from Gauss's law. Okay, let's remember this. E dot dA is equal to Q enclosed over epsilon naught. Okay, so if I have now, sorry, there is a little bit of a language barrier, but I understand what your teacher's saying now. So if I have like a closed surface here, right, and then there's an electric field going in this direction, right, but there's no charge enclosed, right? There can't be a charge enclosed. If there was a charge enclosed, then the electric field would no longer be straight, right? Because then I'd have some stuff like doing this with the electric field. But in order for the electric field to run totally through this, there has to be no charge enclosed, which means that there can't be any net flux. Basically, everything coming in is going to be everything coming out because there's no source inside of it. Yeah, that's a basic. Sorry, I was getting a little bit too complicated with it. Yeah, it makes sense. Yeah. So actually, here's the cool thing, is that right, this right, and then we're gonna say minus the flux of the mantle has to be equal to 0. So if you wanted to find the flux in the mantle, it's equal to this minus this, right? The difference between these two has to be made up with the mantle. Exactly. Yes. This is the divergence theorem. Yeah, you're right. You're totally right. Yeah, that has to do with this, right? Div.e is equal to, what is it? Is it this? What is div.e equal to? Sorry. Yeah, sorry, that's what your teacher meant by yeah, it's like there's and this is why with magnetic fields there's no sinks and sources, right? You can't have like magnetic monopoles and things. Yeah, that's super cool, man. Yeah, divergence and Stokes theorem. Yeah, I need to refresh my knowledge on this. Yeah. But what happens if the electric field isn't constant? Okay. Then there's probably a charge inside. Then we would have to go through and do the calculation, which I think I was okay doing it the way I was doing. Notice how okay, this is cool. Do you notice? Well, I was gonna do it, and you can do it. You can do the calculation. Did you notice how like when I said I wanted to do the flux here, that the flux in the mantle would always be negative, right? Because there's always a part of dA that is opposing to E. That makes sense here, right? Because E pi r2 squared, right? This is going to be bigger than this, and I need this to be equal to 0, so this also has to be negative. And that's how you would calculate it. Yeah, your teacher is, again, this is what you told me your teacher said, is that yes, you could technically do the calculation. I was about to do the calculus. You can do it. It's not that bad. I think it's you know, it's dA is equal to 2 pi r dz, and then you have to relate r based on like where you are in z, and that has to do with like a similar triangle or inscribed triangles. And then you have to relate also the angle between the two. Oh, which is always going to be the same, right? This is going to be a constant angle. Because then it's E dA cosine theta is what it is, right? Where this is going to be like theta or whatever, right? Yeah. So yeah, you can do it. But your teacher said be smart and just okay, sorry. Yeah, let me repeat. Okay, yeah, sorry. So you could calculate the E, the surface integral of E dot dA for the mantle, which I would have done with, okay, cool, this is in the Z direction, right? So you say E Z hat, right? And then it's dotted with, in this case, dA would be 2 pi r. But what we get with the angle, okay, so it's 2 pi r, right? Because that's going to be the amount of length here, right? And then, so right, area is like length times height, length times width. So the height in this case ends up becoming dz. So this is 2 pi r dz. Okay? But in order to do this integral, and we would be doing it, right, from z is equal to this to z equals, right, this is like z naught to z final, right? In order to do this integral, I now have to relate r in terms of z. Which r, right, here in terms of z, this becomes a similar triangle thing. I assume have you done that before in related rates with like the cone? It's a very common question when they do like the differential equation of like of the cone. And then if you want the angle, you know, that's just whatever this is. So this you can represent as the equation of a line, right? And then this is another equation of a line. And you can figure out the angle between the two by just taking the dot product of them, if you really wanted to. Yeah, between this and this. I would basically figure out like what the slope of this was related to this. And then the angle between the two. It's the cosine of this angle between them, which is this. This is geometry for me to go in and like do this. So much math for me. I'm recently taking multivariable. Yeah, this is a multivariable question for sure. And there are a couple ways to do it, right? The brute force way I would do it, because I tend to do this. I'm not the most elegant math guy, but I get the job done. Is I would literally write out what the equation of this is in vector form due to having like an R1 and an R2 here, and then I would write out what the electric, what if the electric field isn't constant? Well, if the electric field isn't constant, well, then you have to do this. And hopefully your electric field, only depends on Z or something, or only depends on R. And hopefully it's not changing directions. Because if it is, then this gets a lot more complicated, right? Now we don't have a constant angle. Now when you integrate whatever this like cosine of theta is, this theta now becomes a function of Z. This becomes like theta of Z. This just gets really, really messy. Yeah. You don't want to do that. Yes, and if the field isn't constant, we can probably have a charge inside. I agree. Yeah. Most likely. I mean, that's not to say it's necessary, right? You can create non-constant fields. So here would be an example of one. If we had our cone like this, right? And then let's say we had just a point charge here, like a single point charge. That would create an electric field, right? That's in like this direction, okay? So here already, the electric field is not constant, right? Anywhere inside the cone. But due to Gauss's law, because there's presumed no charge inside of here, there's no net flux because there's no source. Yeah, so just because there's a non-constant electric field doesn't necessarily mean that there is a charge inside of it. But if you have a constant electric field, you can pretty safely assume that there is not a charge inside of it. Because any sort of charge inside of this would start like messing shit up. Like it'd be very impossible to arrange charges to create a constant electric field within something like that. That's what I would say. It's kind of like my little hand wavy. Yeah, you got it? Cool. All right, I hope that helps you out. Nice, dude. Always appreciate the E&M questions.
Well done! Well done!
Scientific, what's your name in our Discord? If you want to get credit for this question, what's your name in our Discord? Are you in our Discord? Yes, exactly. Yeah. It's kind of a cool explanation. Okay. Oh, you're not on Discord? Okay, yeah, cool. Yeah, join the Discord. Yeah, if you want to join the Discord, because I give out points and stuff. And if you like ask enough questions, I eventually buy you a gift card. Some of the kids get it done in like a week, so it's just another way of incentivizing students to get help with their math and science stuff. Okay, let's see. Is Mystic here? Mystic, are you here? Sorry, I skipped over you real quick because I wanted to how do I pronounce your name, dude? Misty Sea Rift. Nice, getting rewards by studying. Yeah, that's the whole thing. That's how our nonprofit works. Yeah. And again, that's kind of like why I don't try to compete with Gohar and whatnot, because those kids are already motivated. They already want to do it. They don't even need prizes. They just want to like get into MIT, which is cool. Great. But I see like my niche of the audience that I really want to work with are people that are probably not as incentivized by themselves to go to college or do well. It's totally cool if you are. I love students that are self-motivated as well. But that's not the purpose, I guess, of what I'm trying to fix. If kids need help and want help, there's a gazillion resources for it. So I try to like help the students that don't know that they need help or don't know that they want help. And then actually what ends up happening on the server is, I've had a lot of students where at first had no interest in doing well in math or science, and then now they want to do well on their own. And it's I don't know how much of it is due to me incentivizing it, but it definitely helped. It got the foot in the door. It got the student who was, I don't know, browsing on TikTok bored to be like, oh, maybe I should like actually do something here. Yeah, what a good cause. I appreciate it, dude. Gold, what is the ACT? Oh, you mean the ACT? Oh, it's like the SAT. It's another standardized test. Yeah. Okay. Cool. Here, Noise, let's do your question. Because I don't see Misty. All right, let's see. Negatively charged sphere. Oh, more E&M. So scientific. You want to see more E&M? This is what I want to say. This is O levels. Equity says, do you recommend to write it? What do you mean to write it? You mean to take it? This right here. E and M. Sorry. That means electro and magnetism. These are A levels. Yeah. Sorry. When I say like E and M, it means like it's the electronic side of physics. Do I recommend you take the ACT? Yeah. I mean, you should take. Look up what college you want to go to. Some colleges require SATs and ACTs. Some don't. So if you want to go somewhere that doesn't, then don't do it. I just think this is smooth brain level physics compared to what you just did. Well, it would have been difficult. I mean, it would have been difficult if I had to start doing this. If I had to start doing this, this would have been difficult. But it actually was pretty smooth brain once I realized that, like, oh, there's just no flux. Dumb. Electric flux is the same as magnetic flux. It's just the amount of field flowing through a surface. That's all it is. Okay, K and L are 2 points from R1. Okay. All right, cool. Okay. So work, remember, is equal to force times distance. Electromagnetism, yes. I didn't know why it was 0. Yeah. Okay, good. Yeah, you're very welcome, dude. Glad it helped out, man. Yeah, you're good. Honestly, I didn't know why it was 0 at first. I thought they said the mantle was 0. No, the whole thing is 0. That makes sense. Okay. So, okay, force times distance. So there are a couple ways to approach this, Noise, because you can either say work is a force times distance, or work requires like some change in energy, right? Or like potential or something, right? And so what happens, right, is there are 2 ways to do this. So we know that the force from a charged sphere is always going to be is equal to QE, right? F is equal to QE, which is always going to point radially outward, okay? So if I move from L to K, right, my movement is always going to be perpendicular, right, to whatever the electric field is. So moving along a constant radius is not going to require any work because there's no force in the same direction as the force of the sphere from the electric field from the sphere. So yes, M to K. Okay, so this is not, yeah, but this is different, right? So if we're going in this direction, that is different, right? Because remember that the force from a sphere, right? F is equal to Q squared over R squared, right? Or in this case, sorry, it's equal to, E is equal to KQ over R squared for a sphere. So as you go further out, the electric field drops off. And so the force, QE, which does point in this direction, and the distance, which does point in this direction, these things are going to contribute to some work. Okay. But these are the same radii. And again, the force only depends on the radius. It's how far away you are. So the force doing stuff this way is the same trend as the force doing stuff this way. Because in both cases, you're going from R1 to R2, R1 to R2. So L to N is the same as K to M. So I don't think they have that, right? So they say M to K is the same done as K to L. That's wrong. K to L is 0. There's no work here. This is 0. So this one doesn't work. K to M is the same as doing M to K. No, also not right. Because again, when you're doing something here, you're doing negative work, right? Because you don't have to exert a force. Well, wait, sorry. This is a negatively charged sphere, and then this is positive. Okay, so sorry. This is negative. This is positive. Okay, yes. So moving something from here to here is positive work because you have a force you have a restoring force that wants to bring it back. So you have to apply a force to pull it away, and you're doing it in that distance. So this would end up being positive work going from K to M. And okay, and they say if it's an electron, okay, watch. If it's an electron, now this sphere wants to push this thing away anyways. So you do negative work because you don't have to exert a force because the force is already being exerted for you. So this ends up being negative work. So this doesn't work. This doesn't work. Too much work here. No work is doing from M to N. I agree with that. Again, same radii. Force is perpendicular to the displacement. You're okay. No work is done from L to N. That's also incorrect. So yeah, correct answer is C here. Does that make sense, Noise? Or anyone else in the chat? If I went a little too fast on that, it's just I'm just going like process elimination. It says yes, good. Awesome, cool. All right, the diagram shows the gravitational equipotentials. Cool. So every line here is the same potential. Adjacent equipotentials are separated by an equal gravitational potential V. Okay. So for instance, if I have like an equipotential of, I don't know, like 0 volts here, and then I have like 2 volts here, then this must be like UE, I guess, is equal to 2, and then here like UE is equal to 0. If this is, yeah. I guess you could say UG. I forget what you guys use for gravitational. Okay. Okay, which point has the greatest gravitational field strength? Okay. So anytime there's a strong electric potential difference, there will also have to be a strong gravitational potential difference because they have to equal each other, right? What's up, Taco? Oh, that's cool. What's AAU, man? What's AAU? And then, sorry, there's another equation here that I need to show you real quick. It has to do with gradient of potential. Yeah, it has to do with this. So F is equal to negative grad U. Okay, this is a cool thing, where this is like a potential due to a force or a field, right? So as the gradient, which is like, again, gradient is like the change in energy over the change in distance. This is in like simple math terms, like don't crucify me for this. So as this increases, right, this also in magnitude increases. Does that make sense, Noise? Yeah, okay, cool. Yeah, this is also why, forget what the equation for this is. Yeah, we also say this. We say that like E is equal to negative grad V. So this is electric potential. This is electric field. And then, right, there's a force associated with this, right? E is equal to F over Q is what we say. Okay. So I assume that the the stronger the gradient, the stronger the field, which is then the stronger the force. So gravitational field strength is like, okay, so which one has the strongest gradient? So that's where you have the most energy change and the shortest distance between them. That's going to be at B, I believe. Do you see how B is in between two very different energies, right? But they're located a short distance between each other. That tells me that there's going to be a strong electric field there. And if there's a strong electric field, right, there has to be a strong gravitational field in order to provide the gravitational potential difference to also equate to whatever that electric potential difference is. So yeah, I think the answer is B here. Also kind of just like looking at it, right, like A and D don't really have any difference to them, right? Like one's up here, one's down here. I don't really see like a difference per se. The directions are different, right? So there's this distance, and then the directions are different, but the magnitudes are the same. So A and D to me like look like the same, so I don't really care. And then C is on the line, which if it's an equipotential, there isn't a gradient there, right? Yeah, it doesn't really point anywhere, I don't think. Yeah. Is the answer B? Noise? Do you know from this is from what, an A-level course or something? Yeah, just by process of elimination, I'm like A and D to me have no difference except for direction. And then so it's between B and C. And I'm tempted to say B because at least B, the two adjacent equipotentials are very close to each other in distance, which means if distance is low and for the same difference in energy, same difference in potential, then we should have a greater force. Yeah. Oh, Electronic Wizards followed me. That's cool, man. Electronics Wizards. What's up, dude? Yeah. Cool. Yeah. I think answer's B. Good job.
Well done! Well done!
Where is this? Okay, I don't need this anymore. Okay, nice, cool. Yeah, that's a good question. Sorry, coughing a little bit. See, I think Mystic Rift might have logged off because he was going to sleep. Otherwise, is not your friend here. Otherwise, I'll do QV. You're here, right? I see you in the chat, QV. I'll help you out, dude. Yeah, both were correct. Thanks.
That's dope!
Nice. Good to know I can still do E&M. I got to teach it later. Today. Yeah, I got to teach it later today. I was like, who am I teaching today? Okay. What's up, QV? Do you want to talk? Or you want to speak in the chat? What's up? Hi. Which one do you need help with? Both? Okay, cool. All right. So, question is, how many moles of AgNO3 does 85 grams of AgNO3 represent? Do you know how to do this one? A little bit? Bad. You can say bad words. I'm confused. What bad word did you say that it didn't like? Did you say bitch instead of both? One sec. I'll make it so you can say bad words. Give me a second. Where's our role for that? I forget. I have so many roles in this server, dude. There you go. Can say bad words. There you go. You can say whatever now. Okay. Try it again, QB. A little bit. Oh, you said a lil. Oh. Yeah, sorry. Lil is a banned word in my server because of back in the day when, I don't know, Taco Cat and Nick kept calling each other Lil. It's okay. I forgot I still had that taco. Mass, okay, equals MR moles. Yes, yes. Mr. Moles. Taco Cat, you're probably next. It was from Ran as well. Yeah, probably Ran. Yeah, sorry, I had to ban that word. Like sometimes kids just like get out of control with like words to insult each other, and then I have to ban it because I'm like, chill. Okay, we need a periodic table for this. Periodic table. I need a periodic table. Images, what? He hated when I called him little bro. Yeah, I know. That's why I had to ban the word. Okay, well take a shower. Take a shower quick. You're okay. I'll chill here for a bit. I'll talk to some people or something. You got like a high resolution version? This one? This is still too small. I can't read that. Yeah, first is hydrogen. Sorry, I need to just have one of these like tattooed like on my. Oh, the solar eclipse. Yeah, solar eclipse was yesterday. It was cool, I think. Well, you didn't have it in the UK, right? It was mainly in North America. I wonder when the next solar eclipse is going to be. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Now, got you. We got an image. Here, we got a big girl image in here. First is hydrogen. Yeah, okay. All right, QV, how do I do this? How do I figure out, like, number of moles of 85 grams of this? Do you know how? What happened? Oh, I'm just asking. Okay. How do I figure out how do I do this question, QB? How do I start it? How do I start it? Who's hitting me up? Find the G of the thingy? What's the G of the thingy? I think you mean find the mass, right? Find the mass of this? Yeah. Oh, you can see fuck all? Oh, that's too bad. Yeah, good. All right. So how do I figure out the the mass of here? Yeah. Periodic table. Good. Okay. So what I'm going to do, right, is I'm going to look up what things are, right? AG, which is here. You got this is like a super duper periodic table. But this number right here, this is the mass. So, and I'm just going to round everything up. So that was that 108 grams. So yeah, AG is 108 grams. N I think is around 14. Yeah. We're gonna get that. We're gonna get that here. I'll explain it to you. You want to figure out. Okay, so here's what we're gonna do. So 1 mole of AgNO3 is equal to it's the mass of 1 mole of Ag plus the mass of 1 mole of N plus the mass of 3 moles of O. Okay? And this is going to give us a total. We want so 1 mole just I know mole is a weird word and it's probably kind of confusing. Mole just is like saying like a dozen or like a bushel or like I don't know, a box. So we want to know how many moles of AgNO3 is 85 grams of AgNO3. What you want to first figure out is like that how much does 1 mole of AgNO3 weigh? A bushel. Yeah, a bushel of AgNO3. And the way to figure out how much a mole of AgNO3 is to add up what are called the molar masses of each thing. When you look at your periodic table here, right? When we see these numbers for the masses, this is how many this is called a molar mass, which is grams per mole. So basically what that says is that for every 1 mole of cobalt, for every like 1 unit of cobalt, that is 58.93 grams. Oh, I get it. It's 85 grams times 1 mole divided by the mass of AgNO3 is the amount of moles. Close. I think we have it backwards. Yeah, let's yeah. I think you have it slightly backwards, but here, let's do it. You first want to figure out how much 1 mole of AgNO3 is, okay? And to do that, we want to add up all of these masses. So, okay, there you go. And then, like, oxygen, I believe, is 16. So here, you tell me, how much does 1 mole of AgNO3 weigh if these are all the molar masses of all the different parts? What's up, Column Sherlock? Wood is definitely not magnetic, Alex. One of my coworkers, was this Ashley? Was this Ashley implying that that wood was magnetic? A bushel? Yeah, bushel's like maybe it's like a farmer thing or something. Okay, cool. Yeah. One sec. Good. One sec. Let's check that that's right. One sec. 175 times 90. So he says that it's 169.88. So yeah, we can try to like figure that out. Oh, your coworker Alex. All right, yeah. So again, you could Google this, just say what's the mass, or you can do it individually. So Ag, that's gonna be 108 plus one of the nitrogens, which is 14, plus 3 of the oxygens. So that's 3 times 16. It's important that you know how to do this because you're not always gonna get Google on your exams to just like to do stuff. So here, let's get the calculator out. What's up, Mystic? Okay, we'll do your question next, dude. You're good. I'm glad you're here. I was looking for you to do your question. Yeah, good. You're okay. We'll do yours next. Okay, so if I wanted to do this on the calculator, right? This is 108 plus 14 plus 3 times 16 is 48. Good. So that gets me 170, which is basically what you had, right? Yeah, cool. All right, so 1 mole is 170 grams, okay? But notice how I only have 85 grams. So a whole mole is 170 grams. How do I figure out how many moles are in 85 grams? This also kind of goes down to stoichiometry. You can say this, like, how many moles are equal to 85 grams of AgNO3, okay? And then your next thing to do is to multiply this by, like, some scale factor. So I think you were right. Yeah, you are right. Yeah, good. Yeah, you're right. Yeah. So this is 1 mole of AgNO3. I see you, Mystic. You're good. Is equal to 170 grams, okay, of AgNO3. So this is important. This is why I love stoichiometry. If you ever like don't know like which way to divide it, like is it this one over this one or this one or this one, like just look at this. See? Notice how I want to get moles. Grams of AgNO3 cancels with grams of AgNO3, and we're just left with moles of AgNO3. So the last thing to do is to do this divided by this. No, we're not on yours yet. 85 divided by 170, which is going to be equal to 0.5. Good. Okay. Yes. So that's, you can go next, Taco. Yeah, good. So that's 0.5 moles of AgNO3. Okay. Your volume's still not working? Okay. Well, I don't know how I can help you. Can you try to find out why your volume's not working? Because it's kind of hard for me to help you if you can't hear what I'm saying. Unless you're legitimately deaf, and then that's very interesting. Can you tell? Well, okay, yeah. Mystic, fix your volume. Like, yeah, I can't help you with problems if you can't hear what I'm saying. Learn to fix your volume somehow, or find some way to listen to it. My volume's still not working. Yeah. I could turn on closed captions on this, I think. And I think you can too, Mystic. I think, yeah, someone told me you can turn on closed captions. Okay. All right, let's try to do this one. So this says how many molecules of water are there in 45 grams of water? This is a little bit weirder. We're going to use Avogadro's number for this one, okay? So I always like writing out like, so it's question mark molecules of water, which is like H2O, right? Is equal to 45 grams of H2O. It was 6.02. So that's an interesting conversion factor to, yeah, that's Avogadro's number. Yeah. So that's technically, oh yeah, cool. Yeah, and I'll look at it anyways. So here's what we say is that like 1 mole is equal to 6.02 times 10 to the 23 molecules. It's really 6.02 times 10 to the 23 like things, like anything. But in this case, we're going to say molecules for the purpose of like your questions here. Okay. So I'm trying to get to molecules of H2O, and I'm at grams of H2O, okay? What am I going to have to multiply by in order to get closer to molecules? You want grams in the denominator, good, right? Yeah. So I want grams of H2O, right? and moles. Yes, good. And I would like to get to moles of H2O, right? Because this is cool. You can kind of like work backwards here, QV, right? Because then I know I want to go from, right, moles of H2O here to molecules of H2O, right? See, we're going to go from grams to grams, moles to moles, and eventually we're going to get to molecules. And the cool thing I know about this, right? What do I know for the factor here? What number do I put up here? What number do I put down here? Yeah, good. Yeah. So yeah, this is 6.02 times 10 to the 23 molecules is just 1 mole of H2O. Very good. Okay, so then this is the last little thing we got to do here, right? Which is like moles of water and grams of water. This is basically just the molar mass of water. Good. This is 1. And 18. Yeah, you can just say 18, honestly. Yeah, I don't know how... Okay, good. And so now you're done, right? See how, like, this goes away like grams of H2O, moles of H2O, moles of H2O. And we're left with molecules. So, if we want to multiply that, right? That's going to be 45 times 6.02 e to the 23 divided by 18, which is going to be 1.5 times 10 to the 24, right? So this is going to be 1.5. And I see 2 sig figs. See how I only have a 4 and a 5 here? That's why there's probably only 2 sig figs. So it's 1.5 times 10 to the 24 molecules. And then here it was, right, this was 0.5 moles. That make more sense? Yeah, nice. As a quick little bonus thing here, I'm just little quick thing, because this is the next thing they're gonna ask you, QV. I know what they're gonna do here. They can say, for instance, like, how many grams of oxygen are in, let's say, like, say like 5 times 10, let's say like 5 times 10 to the 30 molecules of CO2. Do you know how you would solve this one? Empirical formula? Yeah, we'll get to that, yeah. You know how to do this? This is like the next level that they'll do to make this complicated for you. Okay. Well, I'll show you how you start it, okay? So again, always put like what you're trying to get, right? Grams of oxygen are equal to 5 times 10 to the 30 molecules of CO2, right? And then we're probably going to want to like multiply by some things, right? So notice how whenever QV, you're trying to go from 2 different substances, we're trying to go from like CO2 to oxygen. You want to try to get everything in terms of moles first, because moles is what lets you easily convert between things. You'll see why. So how can I get from molecules of CO2 to moles of CO2? Good, yeah. So you'd say, right, 6.02 times 10 to the 23 molecules, right, is 1 mole of CO2. What do you think the next step is? That's ambitious. I don't think grams is going to work yet. Because, again, if we're doing grams, right? Grams of what? What are you going to make this grams of? Okay. Moles of what? That's okay. Sorry, this was grams. You want to say grams? Okay, you want to see moles of CO2? Grams of CO2? You're guessing. Okay, I'm going to show you why it's wrong. Okay. Because then what? You're going to go from grams of CO2 to grams of oxygen? You could, I guess, technically use this. It's kind of weird, though. Yeah, this would work. Okay, so here's the thing. You don't want to try to convert between things unless it's with moles. If you're trying to do grams of something to grams of something, this is a no-no. You don't want to do this, okay? You only want to change substances by using moles of things. So this is what you want to start with. You want to say that 1 mole of CO2 is how many moles of oxygen? How many moles of oxygen are in 1 mole of CO2? Not quite. I know kids always get confused with it. This is why I'm teaching this to you, QB, because kids always get confused with this. That's okay. Let's say I have 1 car, okay? And 1 car, right, has like 4 tires, right? Then I would say for every 1 mole of cars is equal to 4 moles of tires. Do you see that? Like, for every, like, 1 whole thing, I have 4 of the individual things. How would I use that analogy here for, like, 1 mole of CO2 to the moles of oxygen? Close. 1 mole of CO2, right? So let's break down CO2, right? CO2 is C plus O plus O. So in 1 mole of CO2, you have 1 mole of carbon. How many moles of oxygen do you have? 2. Yeah. This is the important thing here, QV. For every 1 mole of CO2, because you have this like this subscript down here, that means there's 2 moles of oxygen. And then once you've converted, right, from CO2 to O, now getting this is easy, right? Because now I can just say, okay, cool. 1 mole of oxygen, right, is just 16 grams of oxygen. And now you're done. This is the correct way to do it. Is that whenever you have like 2 different substances, try to get them into moles first. Then do this right here, this whole step right here, QB, this is called the mole fraction. Or what they call is like the mole ratio. And it helps you convert between like 2 different substances. In this case, we're going from CO2 to O. Does that make sense? Yeah? Okay, I'm going to give you another one just in case. Let's say I have what's up, my friend? Yeah. Good to see you, dude. Let's say I have H2SO4. I don't want to know how many moles of Mm. Wait, this is a +2. Let's say I have, I want like another compound. Sorry, that's a little bit harder. One sec. Just can't think of them on the fly right now. Okay, glucose. C6H12. Oh, no, I want one where it's like kind of weird. Okay. Yeah, MgOH2. This is a good one. Okay, so let's say we have this. We have Mg. Is it SO4? MgNO3. Let's say this is our compound here, QV. And I say, how many moles of oxygen are in 3 moles of MgNO3 2? Say this is my question. How do you think I figured this one out? Now, we're not converting grams or anything. It's just, I just want you to get comfortable with like what mole ratio is. Oh, yeah, Noise, I know this one. Where's QV? Did we lose QV? Come back, QV. Monkey call. There you go. Monkey's back.
I want to ask you something.
Oh, yeah, shit, Ethan. Yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, what's up? I got involved with chemistry today.
Are you still able to do my question?
No, I got to go in the next 10 minutes. I do, actually. I do have to go in the next 10 minutes.
Okay, then.
Thanks. I promise I'll do it tomorrow. Molar mass? Nah, we don't need that. We don't need that. We don't need that here. Here's what I want to show you. Okay. Okay, let's make this like even simpler. Okay. Just give me a second, Ethan. 1 sec. I really need to finish this up. Okay. So, if I have time, not your friend. I don't know. I'm kind of against the clock right now. Okay. So in 1 mole of MgNO3 how do I figure out how many moles of oxygen are there? Let's like break this up, right? This is the same thing as like MgNO3 and then another NO3. How many oxygens do I have? How many moles of oxygen? So 1 mole is like 1 complete thing of these, right? It's just like 1 of these. 6. Good. Okay, do you see that, right? 2 times 3, right? There are 6 oxygens in a whole thing of this. Okay. All right. So back to my original question, right? Which was like, how many moles of oxygen in 3 moles of MgNO3 How did I figure that out? $18. Yes. That's the point I wanted you to get, right? Notice, right? 2 times 3. There are 6 of these in 1 mole of these. So if I have 3 of these things, then I have 3 times that, which is 18. Okay? Yeah, that's important. I just want to make sure you understand that, because, like, I can tell. Okay, cool. All right, good job. Yeah, you're good. I appreciate you sticking with it, QV. Yeah, because I want to make sure you, because I know I can tell like that's something that is going to get asked next, and it's something you haven't really been taught, especially if you miss class or something. Okay. Okay, cool. Yeah, not your friend. Yeah, you asked a question really, really first, so I'll do yours. Taco, I'll probably just give you credit for Noise helping you out. Okay. Not your friend. Are you here, dude? I got 10 minutes, dude. Yeah, okay, cool. What is the mass of glucose required to make 500 centimeters cubed of a glucose solution of concentration 1.0 moles per decimeter to the -3? Oh, man, why? What? What are all of these weird-ass units? Okay, all right. I'm gonna fix some things here first, okay? Okay, so 1 centimeter cubed is the same thing as 1 ml. Okay? Which is a good thing to know. Moles per decimeter. I've never seen that before. But okay. So here's a key thing. So like molarity is equal to mass divided by volume. Okay? They tell me what the molarity is going to be. It's got to be 1 mole per decimeter to the minus. This unit is never used. We absolutely never use decimeters. No, decimeter is not a cent. Is it a centimeter? Yeah, no, it's not. Yeah. Yeah, 1 decimeter is 10 centimeters, is what you mean, right? Right. Okay. So we're going to have to get some amount of mass, okay? And then we're going to divide it by the volume, right? Which in this case is 500 centimeters cubed. I want to convert this. I need this to be, so this is not decimeters over. So when this is to the -3 like this, that means it goes on the bottom. So I need to convert, I need to convert this into this just to have it be the same unit. This is very weird. Okay. Do you know how to convert centimeters cubed to decimeters cubed? This is another stoichiometry question. It is. So we say how many decimeters cubed, well, let's show why, is equal to, let's say 500 centimeters cubed. The way you do this is you say that, okay, cool, 1 centimeter is 10 decimeters times 1 centimeter is 10 decimeters times 10 decimeters. Oh, wow, thanks for the follow, dude. 10 decimeters is 1 centimeter. Reason for this, look, centimeters times centimeters times centimeters, that gets rid of my centimeters cubes here. Right, this goes away. Centimeters cubed go away from all these. And now we're left with decimeters cubed. See how decimeter, decimeter, decimeter? Okay. So that's why it's times 1,000, because 10 times 10 times 10, that is 1,000. See, that's 1,000. Okay, cool. All right, so we have 1 mole per decimeter cubed is equal to what mass over 500 times 10 to the 3, right? Okay. Decimeters, right? Okay. So, cancel, right? So the mass is okay. So we need this. Okay, so we need 500,000 grams then, right? 500,000 grams, right? Okay. Well, that doesn't make sense. Oh, no. Sorry, moles is not dude, I'm fucking stupid, dude. Sorry. This is me getting towards man. It's moles all over volume. Moles over volume. Okay. So sorry. This is moles over volume. Okay. This tells me I need 500,000 moles. Okay. And then this is where we need to like do some conversion to get the number of grams, okay? Which is that, okay, cool. So I want to know how many grams is equal to 500,000 moles. And then they tell us that I think you're wrong on, I don't think it's 1 centimeter is 10 decimeters. I don't think that's right. No, 1 decimeter is 10 centimeters. Yeah, that's what I thought. No, this is wrong. Yeah, I'm like, this is wrong. Okay. Sorry. We never use decimeters. That is such a weird unit. That must be a Sri Lanka thing, dude. We never use decimeters. Okay. You need to divide both sides by 1,000, not your friend. Yeah, not multiply. Okay. So this is equal to, and I was wondering, because this is getting really big. So this is 500 divided by 1,000, which is going to equal to 0.5. Okay, good. Okay, so now 1 mole per decimeter cubed is equal to some number of moles all over 0.5, okay? So that means I need 0.5 moles of this, okay? And then to get that, right, to get the number of grams, I do 0.5 moles is equal to, and then this thing, relatively molecular mass, I believe that's grams per moles. So that's 180 grams in 1 mole. So cancel, cancel. This should just get you 90 grams. I believe. Yeah, answer should be here. This one makes more sense. Does that make sense? Not your friend, yeah? Here, I'll save it too for you. Yes, good, nice. Yeah, make sure that's tricky there. Okay. Okay, good. Cool. Did I give you question credit for this already? I don't think you were here earlier. Okay, cool. Give coins at your friend. Good. And then make sure you get the weekly question credit. Cool. All right. I got to go. But nice. Cool. Thank you, everyone, for coming to office hours. Appreciate all the questions asked today. If I didn't get to your questions, I will be streaming tomorrow. Don't worry. That's going to be starting at 5 p.m. Pacific, 7 p.m. Central, 8 p.m. Eastern. Please come by the stream then so I can make sure to get to your questions. So we had a lot of questions today that I had to go through. Also helps to ask your questions first. Like, post screenshots and the things first. Otherwise, I don't know who's asked questions and what's going on. Okay, cool. All right. Where are we going to go next? I think we're going to go to our boy E to the Pi I. I love Zach. Zach's great. Yes. Okay, awesome. So, yeah, thanks for coming to the stream. Come by tomorrow to get more help with your math and science classes. I'm going to make some announcements about the AMAs and all the games. We're going to do a talent show. Lots of fun stuff. Enjoy the rest of your Tuesday. Go say hi to Zach for me. He's another great friend of ours. He streams a lot of cool math stuff. If you want to go follow some more math streamers, those are all our other buddies who do math. And they're awesome. And we'll do a talent show. Okay, cool. Go say hi to Zach for me. Cool. All right. Enjoy, guys. Have a great rest of your Tuesday. Peace.